Welcome,
Hey,
welcome,
hey
Tamika.
y'all.
Herself is here. What's up?
Yes,
Ooh,
what's up? I'm
we have some
excited to be
ears.
here. Yes,
We
thank you so
appreciate
much.
we appreciate you being here, and it looks like we have Scott and Dala or Dolly. It looks like said here. So you're actually going to win a free strategy session because this is a brand new person we haven't met yet.
Yay.
Yay! Nick's here. Nick's here. Love it.
All right,
Love it.
Let's let her. We'll
Well,
take it away.
Yeah, take it away.
Take it
Enjoy
away.
your time, and everyone, let's give a big warm welcome and say welcome in the chat. Have fun, Tamika. We'll see you here
All right.
soon.
Thank you guys. Thank you, Norm. Thanks, Candy.
Thank you.
Honestly, thank you for this just this platform. Hi, my name is Tamika. My friends call me T, and I've been a realtor for over 18 years. And I'm excited today because, as he said, yes, I grew my TikTok to over 30K in a matter of, a couple of months. But what's bigger than that is that I found an even greater sense of purpose. And I've been in the business for a while. So when COVID hit, there's different things that happen in our lives in order for us to make our business, stand out. And so before I get into that, I want to show you something that kind of encompasses a little bit of what I'm all about and a little bit of what I've been doing. All right. So let me share my screen right here. Technology work for me today. Give me a second. And let's go and let's play. Open up the window, let the sun in the window. All right, so that right there, that was one of actually my first TikToks that I did in order to celebrate my clients. And that is a little bit of what I'm going to be talking about today. And I think this will tie along really, really well, honestly, really well, I think, with those that are just coming out with the business, just kind of starting out, trying to find their lane, right? And even those that are willing to look at their business and to rework and work everything differently, especially with this new season of real estate coming through and shining forth. Like if you're not able to pivot, I mean, those that were in, 09, 010, 2010, if you're not ready to pivot or you don't know how to pivot, maybe this will help. And so I hope to inspire someone, right? So how to leverage social media for your purpose is a really, really, it's one of the things that I've been really thinking about for the past several, actually weeks, I say since about 2019, 2020. And, what is your purpose, right? When we get into this, people talk about, okay, getting followers, doing things differently, being authentic, all that stuff, right? But what it really, I think, boils down to, you have your whys, but what are you doing this for? What's your mission? What do you want to accomplish? Hey, if it's making more money and, building your bank account, then so be it. But the definition of purpose is basically what is your goal and what's your intention? And for me, at least, I was able to leverage the very thing that I love to do. So I'm passionate about helping people. I'm passionate about the underdog, seeing like the person come from behind and seeing them actually win. Myself, I'm a carpenter turned realtor. So I did carpentry right before real estate. But what I would also do is I would go on missionary trips to Tijuana, to Mexico, and I would build homes for the homeless. And one of the things that I love to do, and not even homes, we build churches and we build orphanages. And so like even the cause that Lift Off Ages is doing today, it's just beautiful and is near and dear to my heart. But when we used to, build the homes, in the end, we would hand over the keys to a client. And not really a client, but the person waiting for the home for us to come from San Diego to build something for them. We would hand over keys. And it was in that moment I said, oh my gosh, I love the idea that I've just helped someone, build something for not only themselves, but for their future generations. And I said, I want to take this feeling, I want to bottle it up, and I want to package it, and I want to do it for a career. But what is it? And that's when I got into real estate. Me, truth and for, as God is my witness, it was for nothing else but really wanting to see home ownership. And that's really what my purpose, where I was able to find that niche of who I am. And basically what my videos do, what I talk about who I am, is to let people know that home ownership can be a reality for all. And I say that because, a lot of my clientele, truth be told, look, I'm in the Silicon Valley. I service Alameda County and Santa Clara counties. But truth be told, luxury market is pretty much average price point here is about 1.2, 1.6 or so in my Santa Clara market. However, the other areas that I focus on too, a lot of people can't be in San Jose, so I have to be able to shift and move, especially from the other places that I used to work in. I used to work in Hayward, a brokerage out there, and I used to see a lot of opportunity for those coming into the market. So I know that, for instance, passion and purpose, at least for myself, are those first-time homeowners and home buyers coming into the market. Also, too, one of the things that helped me find and leverage my purpose was not even just first-time home buyers, but it was those like, for instance, like my father and my brother. They were ex-military, they're veterans, and for them, they didn't even know what their benefits were. And so I said, wait a minute, if my parents don't know, if my family doesn't know, then why the heck am I trying to do something and I'm in real estate? Why not do something in order to try to help them out? And so that's one of the reasons why, again, I niched in and to be a VA specialist, a MilRes specialist. So really the avocation for me. So with regards to my purpose, the biggest thing is, at least for myself, and maybe you'll find it in yours, is advocacy. I wanted to advocate for the underdog. I wanted to advocate for the person that was, 20% or under. What you don't understand in this business, and especially if you're just getting into it, you're going to find people that have come in, and a lot of them are without hope. A lot of them really don't think that it's possible for home ownership. And so for me, I said, what, I want to turn that around, at least in the last 2 years or so. I'm going to turn this around, because when I have people come to me as, just defeated and down, especially during COVID, they come and they say, hey, someone told me that I'll never be able to use my VA loan. I'll never be able to get my offer accepted with under 20% down, or using my VA benefits. And I'm like, I'm the kind of person like, well, shoot, hold my beer. Let me show you something, right? And in each and every situation, I've had a dozen of them recently, and I've had a dozen of them recently that I said, watch and learn. This is the difference between someone who's an agent wanting a number versus someone who says, you know what, I'm in this for all the right reasons, and I'm going to advocate for you, and I'm going to make sure that 20% or 10% that you have is not going to be your detriment. And wouldn't you know? And that's one of the reasons why, again, the referral, aspect is so huge in my business. It's because people know that I fought for them in order to get the home that they're in, and they're loving it, right? So giving hope is a huge thing. Switching mindsets and understanding that it's a possibility. For instance, the TikTok that you saw, right? Explaining the story. So when I'm able to explain the story to people, kind of in the comments, really, like, hey, what happened? This person was an FHA buyer. They beat out 3 other buyers, and they were able to, come in, under the, intense counteroffer situation. But because the person saw that they gave pretty much their all, they chose their offer over the other one. And it wasn't even with the letter. It was just for the simple fact that they came to the max of their loan amount and say, you know what, they really want it bad. And for me to have to advocate with my lender, hey, they're worth it. I've never not closed a deal, basically selling myself, which is interesting, selling real estate, but now it's selling myself, right? So giving hope, and then also wanting to be able to see people build wealth. Part of my purpose is, and when you make home ownership a reality for all, is making sure that people can see that they can build wealth in real estate. And a lot of my clients, a lot of them are first timers. So what does that mean? A lot of them have never had home ownership, or a lot of them have never had their family members have home ownership. And so what I'm able to do is, through the videos and through the celebration of my clients, the red bow is a big thing. I have a thing called red bow magic. So, really this is a kind of a situation on buyers. I have a whole lot for sellers, but this is just for my buyers. And, when I do a red bow magic, or when I celebrate a client, it means something, even in the end, in the one TikTok that I showed, the husband, he really was like, oh no, I'm not going to do a TikTok. I'm not going to celebrate it. But in the end, he saw how hard the situation was and what we had to overcome. And then he was all gung ho for it. So that's a whole nother thing. Maybe in the breakout, I'll talk to you about how I get my clients to actually do a TikTok. But again, also going with my purpose and going down memories that will last. When you have little kids and, pictures are one thing. I love it. And because we have social media, I'm like, wait a minute, I have other ways that I can celebrate my clients, and not only just be, just a snapshot in time. I have something really, really unique that I can utilize at my fingertips in order to help my clients remember the situation, or in, what I'll talk about in a little bit, and to expand my reach. So you not only see, the win, but you also see the celebration of that win, right? And so, in proceeding down, so pretty much in social media, if you can't see it, it probably doesn't exist, right? A lot of times I see, agents say, hey, I sold this home for this amount, or yeah, this person got it. Okay, that's great. I bid off 50 offers. That's wonderful, but I think a lot of people want a little bit more depth in that. Just as much as they want the depth and the information about you and who you are, they want the depth of what the situation happened in order to hopefully, like what I'm about is to give people hope, right? So in this, when I do celebrate, and I'll show some more examples a little bit, but I leverage on the audience of billions. Now TikTok, for instance, has billions of people now subscribing on there. And I looked at this in the beginning of COVID and I was like, oh, wait a minute. This is free. This is free. You mean to tell me all I have to do is actually just, put something together, that celebrates, that's good media, put it together, and I'm able to now have reaches of a mass of amount of people. Heck yeah, I'm going to do this. And so I got started doing this and leveraging not only just the celebration, but letting people see the hard stuff, talking about the hard stuff, talking about where is the tension in what happened, where's the tension in what went wrong and what went right. People love stories. And so this allowed me, even on Instagram and then also on TikTok too, it allowed me the platform to be able to extend the understanding that, hey, I'm able to show that what happened in the down, and then this is what happened in the end. Yeah, it was 50 offers that they beat out, but X, Y, and Z, this is what I had to do in order to win the deal. This is what we had to do. Or we lost it. We completely bombed. But guess what? They came back, after they chose someone that they liked better or whatever. So basically having that platform, right? Then also, people need to know that miracle situations actually happen. And this was very, very important to me during, the COVID time, because we had a lot of people that were moving out of state. And so just as simple as me with just my church, just as simple as me kind of saying, you know what, all these people are moving out. What's going on? Why? It caused me to say, you know what? They need to see that this is really happening. They need to see that people are actually getting into homes. And so I would do a thing called, faith in home buying. And all it was workshops that, again, taught people about faith. Having faith inside, not just, just to believe that you can actually do something of home ownership, but having faith in the process as well. So those are the things that kind of grounded and set the framework for all the things that I started to post in COVID. And, since doing that, I was able to garner, oh my goodness, I'd say probably it increased about 150% as far as my referrals over the internet, with just people commenting and saying, hey, wow, that's really cool. I want to work with you. And how do I apply it, right? So social media and how you apply it and how you celebrate. So like I said, show the ups and the downs. People on TikTok and everywhere else, they're nosy. Some of the best things on TikTok in order to get a hook is, the 5 things that you don't know, are anything that has to deal with kind of like the inside scoop on stuff. Well, guess what? TikTok is it. But, you know, and I find myself on that all the time doing that too. But the celebration, showing the ups and downs. People want to see the behind the scenes. They don't just see the highlight reel, right? And I think that's what we're getting to. People just like, okay, highlight reel, but what's more to it? Where's the depths and the substance to it, right? And then highlight the celebration, which is important. One of my first ones, that one I didn't have any text over, but eventually I started to put text over, and I started to actually kind of write out some of the main highlight points, and those went over very, very well with people in their celebration, right? But then also too, education on the process is very, very important. So I call it infotaining, okay? Infotaining, where I'm giving you information, but I'm also making it entertaining. I'm also, you know, educating you. We're having fun, but I'm giving you some more information on it too. And that's kind of the vein in which I continue to have a lot of my TikToks, a lot of my information. Why? You know, because, you know, I think people love information, of course. But when it's delivered in such a fashion where you're not, you know, it doesn't feel like, you know, you're going to school all the time, but it's informational that you'll remember it. That's what I'm going for. And then show what it's like if they were to work with me. You know, doing all of this, you know, I'm the sell indirectly type person. I'm a relational marketer, and I don't like to be sold, nor do I like to sell people, right? You know, I'm the kind of person, and, you know, and if I can give anyone coming into this industry maybe some insight, because different people do it different ways. Just because you don't do it like that person doesn't mean it's wrong, doesn't mean it's right. It's just what fits you, okay? And so for me, the relationship part is huge. I want people to feel that, you know, number one, they're coming out with auntie, but they're also coming out with a good friend. And, you know, because of my background and who I am and knowing my heart, you know, I'm not going to sit here and put you in something that's a piece of crap. Like, honestly, I'd rather not sell you on something you don't want versus something I know that you want. And let's work from there versus it coming from me having to manipulate you or to, I don't know, to have to push you into a direction where I can't like knock on your door later on and say, how are you doing? We're not going to have that. You know, we're not going to have those situations. So here's some practical social media and how you can apply it to know your purpose and use social media to highlight that. So seriously, like how I did, like I love VA issues. I love to advocate. So if you're serving, like for instance, veteran, or if you're a military, you know, family or military person, whatever it may be, if you're a mom, if you serve in a specific city and you want to highlight that, then do it. Whatever you're into, there is a tribe ready to meet you. And I kid you not, those that are on TikTok, when I post things, they know what my stuff is going to be. They know that it's going to be a celebration. So much so that when they reach out and they say, you know what, hey, can you help me in, you know, X amount of or a different state in Chicago? Can you help me out in Chico? Different areas. And so when they ask me about those areas, I'm able to say, hey, look, I can't help you, but I have a good referral source that can. And, you know, even those that see the, you know, the highlights and see the bow and everything, you know, the one thing that I know that I'm people know that if they see that, it's going to be a consistent thing. And I post it consistently. They say that, you know, just for the simple fact of the celebration, we want to work with you. And, you know, and rightly so. And I really love that about what the power of social media has done. But even talking about content that you're passionate about, right? So again, I mean, I have a quirky thing, and, you know, if you have an off the wall hobby, post about it. I have a quirky thing. Like, I love working with Legos. This is just weird, but I love building, you know, hence my background in carpentry. And even just from those posts that I do, this is more on Instagram stories though, and I'm soon going to do more things on TikTok with it. But even from that small amount, having a following of whatever I'm about to post, whatever I'm about to do. Guess what? People logging in are just commenting on that very thing. And, you know, it doesn't always have to be, you know, real estate related. You know, a lot of the things that I do post as well are not real estate related at all. There may be a little bit of a tie-in, but you know what I'm all about. And I think the biggest thing that you should take away from this, that, you know, just like a fingerprint, right? How a fingerprint is very unique to each and every other person. I think in this business, especially as we're getting to the whole authentic and everything else, like your digital fingerprint should, no matter what people see, should absolutely represent you. And so what that means is, if I were to put your name inside of a Google share and what comes up, you should be able to see what your purpose, you should be able to see all of that all in one setting. Even from the reviews that you may have from other people. Like, it's so important, when someone looks you up digitally, that they're able to actually pull apart and see what you're all about. Why? Because they won't always, and now that you have a bigger reach, right, with social media, people won't always be able to talk with you one-on-one. They won't always be able to meet with you one-on-one. Shoot, they may not even be in the same state. Other agents as well, they're looking too. Other agents, needing someone as a referral in a different state. Like, they're looking for someone who fits with them in order to fit, because you got to figure, like, this business is so personal. Like, you're in a person's bathroom, they're in a bedroom, you're everywhere with them. So why do a process of someone that you don't like? And the cool thing about it is there's billions of people inside the world. So, you're going to, at least, even if you get a fraction of those small amount of people inside your area, inside your scope of what you're doing, I mean, that's a whole lot anyway, right? And then going forward, so what's next for real estate, at least for myself, and what I feel that's what's next is walking in purpose. We have our whys. Why do you do this for my kids? I'm a mom of two, have a husband, been married for 18 years or so. But when I talk about purpose and the things that makes me tick, why I want to make people see that home ownership is for everyone. That's from the FHA person, that's for the 10%, 5%, 20%. It does not matter. It's for you, and it can be for you. And you don't believe me? Watch this story, right? So walking in purpose. And I think, when industries, in which they go up and they go down, and people that know and they've been in the business for a while, they know if you don't have that one thing that anchors you into this business, it'll eat you alive. If you have the one thing that says, you know what, this is why I'm doing this for, it's going to be really hard to navigate different seasons, especially if you just came in when it's on the high. Yeah, this is absolutely a high. This year's a high. My numbers are high. But point being is, when this goes, then what? Then what? When the business is kind of slowing down, then what, right? Walking in your purpose, and whether that's real estate, whether that's finance, whether there's anything attached with the real estate world, walking in that thing and being true to what it is that you love. Staying in your lane. Hey, look, not everyone is meant to do everything, and that's okay too, right? And I would encourage you, like, the people that you like, the people that you vibe with, that's even on social media and figuring out what they're doing, take it, but yet make it your own. Take it at first, it may seem like you're kind of copying some things, whatever it may be, but take it and make it your own, because you're still unique in what you like. But then also to remember that it doesn't always have to be real estate. You can always leverage social media to enhance the things that people love about you. Like, if you have a great person, I mean, like, just anything, like what you like with architecture, there's a lot of things that people like aside from real estate, and that's okay. I want to know, what is it? Who are you? What makes you tick? What makes you tick? What makes me tick? And then, I do believe that you'll find social media as a fuel for not just, when you're walking in purpose, when you're walking in the understanding of what you're called to do, you'll find social media as a fuel for your everyday, instead of intimidation or like an area of burnout. And that's so super important. Like, as we're going through life, and as we're doing different things, more with technology, and not with even more so that human connection, and that one thing you need to continue to leverage and pull on for your everyday is all important. And so I just want to make sure that at least today, I hope, among everything else that you hear today, amongst the tips, the tricks, the insight that you get, know why you do what you do. And if anything, then I can hopefully leave someone with this is, once you know why you're doing a certain thing, it doesn't become work. And I know we hear that all the time, but honestly, it really doesn't. Like, every day, I love to go out and I love to talk with clients. I love to celebrate the deals. I love to make sure that the kids are there. I love to make sure that in the end, there is a celebration, because you should celebrate. You've just now changed the trajectory of your family, of your livelihood, of your generational line. And this is not going to be the only one. And I always leave my clients with this, like, hey, look, let's look at this. It's not just the only one, the house that you're going to live in forever. Let's think big. Let's think bigger. If you have the faith to believe for this, then you have the faith to believe for other things in life, right? You know, why not leave a person better than you found them? You know, why not be able to offer and instill hope into people, and so that home ownership can become a reality for them. And, you know, organically, and I kid you not, organically, 30,000 people obviously agree with me. You know, there was the first part that I did with a learning, and then after that, I ended up kind of had to scale back a little bit because I got super busy dealing with clients. But now I'm back into going into to TikTok and trying to and reformulating even what I did before. It was a lot of information, but now I'm reformulating it to not just information, but just you know, again, that whole celebration component. I want to show, and I think I actually have some time to show you another one. Just as much as it is with stuff to share. So just as much as it is with the celebration of client, here's some other ideas, because a lot of times I think people forget that there's so many other ideas that you can have for social media and posting. But here's another one. It kind of gained a really good amount of people. But here's another one that I want to share with you. I think I still have some time.
Today I was supposed to give my clients their keys, but I was met with this when I got to the house. I'm supposed to meet my clients in about an hour? What the hell? I go through taking pictures in order to send to the listing agent. I'm so pissed now, but it's not the time. Listing agent comes through on the clutch. Shout out Monique and Moving Company. My girl Patricia comes and cleans up the place. Clean, trash out, boa. 8 hours later. Today I was
So that's another one that actually gained a little bit. But again, like I said, people are nosy. You know, they want to see the behind the scenes stuff. So hopefully that kind of gives you a little bit too. No, that's the kind of the celebration of the client, but it also shows that, you know, the fortitude of the agent, right? What you do in order to make it happen so that in the end, your client is satisfied and they're happy. Even though they had to be delayed for a little bit, they were extremely happy and making sure that they got their house and they got their bow and they got their key. Because people, you know, for me, they don't say, hey, I'm going to get my home. They actually literally say, hey, I want my bow. I want my key. I think I may have room for, you know, just maybe one more in order to show.
Homes in 13 seconds. Type HUD.gov, click homes for sale, HUD single family, find your state, find a home of interest, new listings, no investors allowed. So I had to brag on this.
So the other one that you had just saw, again, informational. So understanding too that it's also information. That particular one had to deal with HUD homes, and with HUD homes, you know, being able to show people how to find different, you know, properties that they would never have on the just the regular internet. That actually gained a lot of traction. So again, it's giving information, adding value, celebration, but it's also in another way too. So thank you. I see you back, Norman. Hello.
We're back, and that was amazing. I have to say, you are so cute. I love it. I love your personality. I love how you roll. You're awesome. Those examples were amazing, and I definitely believe that from every single standpoint, from every single keynote, someone can follow a lane and have success from what you're doing. And I remember the first time we met because you had left a business card at our house when we were selling our house over in Hayward, California before we relocated out to Arizona. And I'm glad you did, because you went on Real Estate First Tech, and then now you're one of our keynote speakers. So amazing job. You crushed it.
Thanks, Norman. I really do appreciate it. Honestly, just having the ability to be on this platform. Thank you.
Of course. So in the chat, let's have some fun. I see a bunch of comments. Here she is.
What's up?
What's up?
I was just
Hey, what's up? There she goes.
You know, also co-host chat line.
I know, right? Co-host chat line over here. So let's say here, Story Sells, Real Estate Tea. I love it. Jay, what is it? Is it QW? Wow. All right. I love it. It looks like we have Joe here. So welcome, Joe. So what was the best takeaway? And do we have any questions for Tamika before she goes into her breakout room? And we're going to have 20 minutes before our next speaker. Our next speaker, Roop, doesn't go on until about 12:30. So for around lunch, we have 20 minutes instead of 10 minutes. We have a bunch of stuff coming in the chat right now.
And while she was speaking, I was asking people to put questions in the chat. So Ryan, who has been a baller in this one, and
we appreciate you, Ryan.
I'm going to talk to you something on the break that we might announce later.
Okay.
So he was asking about how do you get your clients to do TikToks? And I responded, I said, clients love doing TikToks. You know your cool clients, but I wanted to see what you had to say about it. So what do you think?
Yes and no. Honestly, that's a yes and no question. It really depends on how you present it. And that's why it's so important. Most people, they've already seen they've seen the stuff before they even working with me. So they know what I'm about. And I tell them first and foremost, look, you don't have to do this. It's just something that I love to do in order to celebrate. You are absolutely not obligated, but you'll have pictures, you'll have a great time. Maybe we'll do one and you just hold on to it, so they are totally, but like, that's the thing. I attract the people that I love to work with. They love to work with me, and they're really cool, down to earth people. And I want people to see that. I want to see, hey, these people are not necessarily your $1 million listing people. They're not. But yet they look at home ownership as something that's attainable, right? And so these are the people that I deal with, and I love those people. Those are my people. So they usually do it.
Like attracts like. I love it. So we're getting at real estate _T. So
that's my handle, at real estate _ T. Yeah, it's TikTok handle.
I love that. And what do we got? Any takeaways? What's a takeaway?
We got so I put my takeaway in there because I love her and I just want to be involved in it. So I put in there, biggest takeaway: energy is everything, and create a spirit of celebration. So that's your energy, is you're drawing in all this good stuff because you're doing all this good stuff and it's amazing, and you're letting people celebrate the victories in their lives. So I love that. And then we have New Jersey Larry. Use social media. It moves sometimes.Use social media to boost your day rather than be a chore. Exactly.
Oh, I like it.
Buying and selling can be complex and worth celebration. Make it entertaining. Okay, show them what it will be like when they work with you. That's awesome. I love that comment. New Jersey Larry's been bringing some awesome comments.
New Jersey Larry, we appreciate you.
Yes. Let's see her TikTok handle. What's the name? What is your TikTok name? Love your realtor confessions. That's New Jersey Larry. What's up? So everything was great. Mary says. Okay, so that would be that's the takeaways that we have on this one.
With the same that keep showing up and showing out, keep on putting their takeaway. So if anyone new wants to step up, know your purpose, love it. Anyone wants to step up, 18-inch ring light, $100 value, put it in there now.
Joanna fam, if you post your biggest takeaway right now, you're literally the winner of.
I know. Joanna fam is Joe, and Joe is the one actually helping Tamika behind the scenes. I met her at the last event.
Well, let's get her something.
Only I would know that.
There.
Leverage
social media for your purpose. Okay, Tamika, pick the winner, and it can't be.
But that's the biggest thing. I
think it's Joe.
Yeah,
simple as that. He says
it really is as simple as that. It really is.
Simple as that. Drop the mic.
Drop the mic. Yep. Well, Joanna, you're the one who's a winner, so pick me. You've been picked. So congratulations for showing up and showing out. We're gonna go ahead and put you. We're gonna copy your name here in the chat. Ooh, we just got a smiley face and a bunch of smiley faces. And so now what we can do is you can have some fun. We really want to encourage everyone to go in and try to network. You can go into the networking tab and it will sync you with people, and then you can get out of your comfort zone, and then you can talk about best takeaways and use that platform. And right now, Tamika's going to go into her own room. So click on room, find her name, Tamika, and then you'll be able to see each other and interact.
All right.
All right.
I'll give you some more tips and tricks on TikTok. Yeah, seriously, I'll give you some more tips and tricks on. There's different types of TikToks for different people.
The breakout room's where it's at. So go jump in there. If you're sitting here just on the main stage, just hit rooms and tick on her name, and it's so easy. We got 10 spots only. So jump on in. Come on.
Yeah. And then 12:30. We'll see you back at 12:30 on the main stage. Tamika, thank you again so much. We appreciate you.
Bye, you guys. Bye-bye.
All right.